Tonight, we explore a project that could fundamentally reshape the future of global trade, the ambitious Canal. Picture a colossal waterway carved through the narrowest part of southern Thailand, offering a direct shortcut for the world's largest cargo ships and oil tankers. This canal would stretch over 100 kilometers, transforming the region's geography and the way goods move between continents. With the backing of massive Chinese investment and a staggering $50 billion price tag, the Canal proposal is designed to bypass the notoriously congested Strait of Malacca, a vital but crowded maritime choke point that currently handles nearly a quarter of the world's traded goods. By connecting the Indian Ocean directly to the South China Sea, the canal would dramatically shorten shipping routes, saving days of travel and millions in fuel costs. This new artery could revolutionize global commerce, making trade faster, cheaper, and more efficient. For centuries, visionaries and leaders have dreamed of this shortcut, sketching plans and debating its feasibility. Yet, only now, with modern technology and international investment, does the dream seem closer than ever to becoming reality. China's rapid economic rise and its urgent need for secure, reliable trade routes have propelled the project forward, making the Canal a symbol of shifting power in Asia and beyond. If completed, the Canal would stand alongside the Panama and Suez Canals as one of humanity's greatest engineering achievements. Its impact would ripple across the globe, affecting everything from shipping costs and energy security to the balance of geopolitical power. But with such a transformative project come difficult questions. Who will ultimately control this new waterway? How will it affect the economies of neighboring countries like Singapore and Malaysia, whose ports currently thrive on existing trade routes? The environmental and social costs are enormous. Building the canal would mean cutting through pristine forests, displacing entire communities, and threatening delicate ecosystems, raising tough questions for Thailand and the world about the true price of progress. Tonight, we dive deep into the high-stakes story of the Canal, a project with the power to redraw the map of global trade and to shape the destiny of nations for generations to come. The Canal, or Thai Canal, would cut across the narrowest part of the Malay Peninsula, just over 100 kilometers long, 400 meters wide, and 30 meters deep. Designed for the world's largest ships, it would be a sea-level canal, avoiding the delays of locks. For China, the canal is a strategic lifeline, reducing dependence on the vulnerable Strait of Malacca. It's a centerpiece of China's plan to secure its energy and trade routes, and a key part of its Belt and Road initiative. Proponents say the canal would transform Thailand into a major maritime hub, creating jobs and attracting investment. The vision includes deep-water ports, special economic zones, and industrial corridors along the canal's route. This isn't just a ditch, it's a blueprint for a new economic powerhouse in Southeast Asia. But such ambition comes with enormous risks and challenges. History shows that canals can change the world. The Panama Canal, completed in 1914, slashed shipping times between the Atlantic and Pacific, transforming global trade and U.S. power. The Suez Canal, opened in 1869, connected Europe and Asia, fueling trade and empire. These canals didn't just save time, they redrew economic and political maps. Control over them sparked international conflict, highlighting their strategic value. Canals create new centers of power and can diminish old ones. The Canal could be the next chapter in this story, shifting trade routes and global influence. But as history shows, such projects come with high stakes and lasting consequences. When you carve a new path through the earth, you carve a new path for history. The Canal could be just as transformative or just as contentious. The proposed Canal would offer a vital alternative to the overcrowded Strait of Malacca, a narrow waterway that has long served as the main artery for ships traveling between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. For decades, this strait has been a critical choke point, with thousands of vessels passing through its busy waters every year. In fact, the Strait of Malacca currently handles about a quarter of all global trade, making it one of the most important and congested shipping routes in the world. By providing a shortcut through southern Thailand, the Kra Canal could allow ships to save up to 3 days of sailing time compared to the traditional route around the Malay Peninsula. This reduction in travel time would cut fuel costs, lower shipping expenses, and boost overall efficiency for global supply chains, making international trade faster and more reliable. By offering an alternative path, the new canal would relieve mounting pressure on the strait, helping to ease congestion and reduce the risk of shipping delays or bottlenecks. As a result, global shipping networks would become more resilient, with greater flexibility to adapt to disruptions or emergencies. However, this dramatic shift in shipping patterns would create both winners and losers in the region and beyond. Singapore, which has built its reputation as a top maritime hub thanks to its strategic location at the southern tip of the strait, could see its dominance challenged as more shipping traffic diverts northward through the new canal, potentially impacting its economy and port activity. Malaysia's ports, which also benefit from the current shipping lanes, would feel the impact as well, facing increased competition and shifting trade flows. Meanwhile, Thailand would rise as a new trade center, with its ports and infrastructure gaining prominence and investment as the canal becomes a key gateway for global commerce. On a global scale, the canal would strengthen China's economic security and influence in the Indo-Pacific, giving Chinese shipping companies more direct and secure access to vital trade routes. For major powers like the US, Japan, and India, the canal represents a strategic game-changer, potentially expanding China's reach and shifting the balance of power in the region. The Kra Canal would quickly become a new focal point for regional and global power struggles, as nations vie for influence and control over this critical maritime corridor. Ultimately, the Kra Canal is not just a shortcut for ships, it's a new front in the ongoing contest for control of global trade, with far-reaching consequences for economies, security, and the future of international shipping. The Kra Canal's $50 billion price tag is staggering, more than many countries' annual GDP. Funding would require a complex web of international investors, with China expected to lead. The project's success hinges on attracting enough shipping traffic to make it profitable. Construction would take at least a decade, involving one of the largest excavation efforts in history. But before work can begin, the project must clear political, environmental, and legal hurdles in Thailand. The Thai government remains divided, with fierce debate over the canal's costs and benefits. Without firm political backing, the canal remains a proposal, its future uncertain. Investors are wary, and the risks are as massive as the project itself. For shipping companies, the Kra Canal promises faster, cheaper, and safer routes. Cutting 100 kilometers off the journey saves days, fuel, and money, critical in a low-margin industry. Fewer days at sea mean lower crew costs and more efficient supply chains. The canal would also reduce risks from piracy and congestion in the Strait of Malacca. Its modern design would accommodate the world's largest ships, with safer, more predictable passage. A single authority would manage traffic, minimizing accidents and delays. For global trade, predictability and efficiency are priceless. But the canal's benefits must be weighed against its costs: financial, environmental, and human. The promise is real, but so are the challenges. The world's shipping giants are watching closely. The environmental toll of the Kra Canal would be immense. Building it means cutting a 100-kilometer scar through forests and communities, displacing people and wildlife. Billions of tons of earth would be moved, threatening fragile ecosystems and regional biodiversity. Connecting two seas could disrupt marine life, introducing invasive species and pollution. Oil spills or chemical leaks could devastate coastlines. Thousands of people would lose homes and livelihoods, with compensation unlikely to replace what's lost. The canal could deepen social and political divides in southern Thailand. If shipping projections fall short, Thailand could be left with debt and regret. The risks are as real as the rewards. The Kra Canal is a geopolitical gambit, with China poised to gain most. It would secure China's trade routes and expand its influence in Southeast Asia and the Indian Ocean. The US and regional powers like India and Japan see the canal as a challenge to their interests. They may push for international governance to prevent Chinese dominance. Singapore and Malaysia, facing economic threats, quietly oppose the project. ASEAN could become a battleground for canal diplomacy. The The canal's fate will shape not just Thailand, but the entire region's balance of power. It's a high-stakes move in the global chess game. The Kra Canal's future hangs in the balance, suspended between bold ambition and daunting uncertainty. For decades, the idea of slicing through the narrow Kra Isthmus has captured imaginations, promising to transform not just Thailand, but the entire region. If built, the canal would redraw global shipping routes, slashing days-off journeys between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Thailand could become a new maritime powerhouse, its ports thriving with unprecedented trade. The shift would tilt regional power, especially toward China, which seeks alternatives to the vulnerable Strait of Malacca. The US, India, and Japan would face a new strategic reality, forced to rethink their naval presence and trade strategies. Meanwhile, Singapore and Malaysia, long reliant on the Malacca Strait, would scramble to adapt, their economies and influence suddenly at risk. Yet, the canal's success would not come without cost. New tensions could flare between rival powers, and the environmental impact, displacement, pollution, and ecosystem disruption would spark fierce debate and protest. If the project stalls, the Strait of Malacca remains the world's vital trade artery, and China's Malacca dilemma, its dependence on a single choke point, endures, keeping the status quo intact for now. The canal's story, whether realized or not, reveals how infrastructure can shape the fate of nations, altering economies, alliances, and even the environment for generations. It's a powerful reminder that the lines we draw, on maps or in the earth, can change history, redrawing borders and rewriting destinies. The world is watching, holding its breath to see if this bold vision becomes reality, or remains a dream deferred, another what if in the story of global trade. The stakes are high, the risks immense, and the outcome is far from certain. Every decision now could echo for decades. The Kra Canal is more than a project. It's a test of ambition, power, and the future of global trade. Its fate will shape not just Southeast Asia, but the world's economic landscape for generations to come.